G'day everybody, welcome back to Starfield. We're in Cydonia, planet Mars obviously, and we're here because we are helping Deimos, some lady in Deimos, I forget her name already, but she's wanting us to deliver these various psych evaluations. We've already delivered one to one of the people in the office, but we've got a couple more people here out on the field that we need to deliver these evaluations to. So let's get to it.
Someone's been putting up cute drawings of some little alien creature or something. Reminds me of my kid back home.
Yeah, well, that was me. Gilly, that's her name. Gilly wanted me to get you to fill out this questionnaire.
Oh, is it that time already? Sure. It's only take a moment. Let's see. Yep. Uh-huh. Oh, no. That question again? Well, all right. Okay, that should do it. Here you go. Tell her I said hi, will you?
No worries. All right. I was gonna call him Anders, but it's Andre, I think. Salmond?
People always want to know about my past. It's in the past for a reason. Let's leave it there.
Sorry to bother you, but Gilly needs this questionnaire filled out.
Sure, hand it here. Let's see. No. 10. No. No. Good. No. And there it is. Is that it?
Wow, that was fast.
When you've been here as long as I have, you don't really have much more to say. This is just procedure to make the suits happy. They know I'm good. Anyway, see you around.
No worries. Yeah, it's funny because it feels a little bit like that with a lot of corporate jobs. I mean, I'm in one myself, and you know, they get you to go through like a whole bunch of training, and it's, you know, like going through the motions every single year. Anyway, yeah, I was gonna say that previous couple of episodes have been pretty interesting because we did eventually wrap up all of the stuff that we needed to do for the Crimson Fleet or a UC SysDef, and Crix's legacy is now secure, so that's great. Gonna hopefully spend some time looking at the main quest line for Constellation in this episode if we can manage that.
I know it's tempting, but please don't read the employee responses when you get them.
Oh yes, that's right. Let's secretly take a look, because we did take a look at the last two. I sort of want to get to know these people a little bit more. Changes to your medical history: colonoscopy, remove polyps. Recently diagnosed with IBS. Someone loves their job, that's good. At any time the last 3 months experienced periods of abnormal anxiety, anger, sleeplessness, or irritability. Some sleeplessness, but only due to noisy bunkmates. Have you had any thoughts of harming yourself or others? Nothing outside of reprimanding said noisy bunkmates. How would you describe your current work-life balance? Pretty good. We just got those extra vacation days, so that allows me to spend more time with my wife and kid back home. Thanks to corporate for making that possible. Do you have any unusual concerns about your co-workers? Not really. I would have said something about Hank, but seems that's no longer a problem. Okay. And Salmond. Alright, he's pretty much got this down to a T. He's, just efficiently completing that with no details provided. Oh, you're gonna look at me for once.
You've got all those forms filled out and returned? Anyone give you any trouble? Other than Leona?
I heard that.
Does this mean I work for Deimos now? Do I need to fill one out?
No. You're just a nice person who agreed to help someone in need during a bad situation. This is a one-time thing. Technically, you're not even supposed to do that. But honestly, We're all overworked up here, and you can't really do any damage, so, hey.
Most of them seem used to the idea by now.
Oh, that's nice to know. This is still a fairly new process, but we've done a few of them now, so I'm glad they're taking it in stride. I'm not usually one to ask others to do my work, but you really helped me out big time, and I appreciate it. Here's a little something, as thanks.
Okay, sweet. Got a little bit of cash there. You know what? You know, I've been like crazy about making cash and stuff like that, but then like I'm not entirely sure if we actually have you know
I heard they found
the ability to actually buy like really expensive stuff. I wonder if there's any other quests that we could pick up.
The governor is in. Hello. Do you have business? Goodbye now.
Or have we exhausted a lot of quests here?
You won't find a politician who works harder for his people than I do.
I heard they're making the Starware updates mandatory now. Are you sure about that? I haven't upgraded my...
I'm a donor, and I'd like to speak politics with you.
That's cute, but not enough. If you're not sure how much, you probably can't afford it. And at this point, I'm not sure I'd accept it from you.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Sorry, we have to cut this conversation short.
I'm the one who has to cut the conversation short. I'm a busy man. You're just sitting there. Alright, so definitely gonna do the constellation stuff. I am sort of curious about some of the sysdef, like quest lines, or sorry, not quest lines, the missions that you can do from the board. So I might actually try to do some of those. At least one of them, actually, because we did pick up a couple. Maybe we won't do two of them. So we'll do that first, and then we'll go ahead and try to progress the constellation missions. 181. That's not looking too good. Sorry. I'll just double back a second, guys, because I think it might be a good idea for us to have a chat with the Trade Authority.
Crime's at an all-time low around here.
Hey, you looking for anything in particular? Cool. That's what we do.
Alright, so we've got a couple of spacesuits here. We can get rid of that one. I thought we had an extra pack. No, an extra helmet. Yeah, that can go. Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. Red Pirate Captain gear. Reliant medical uniform. Sysdef formal uniform. I'll get the Reliant medical uniform out of there. We've got a few mines, probably. And anything else we can get rid of. Maybe there's some weapons that we don't need. No, we need all of them. Okay. Well, that was decent.
Yo, stay good out there.
One thing that I haven't exactly been doing is using our locker appropriately in the ship. So I'm gonna quickly do that and just throw stuff in there. I'm pretty sure the locker will hold a certain amount of weight without that being counted as the total for the ship. But because it's sort of weight-based, I don't think we could just like throw in like heaps of stuff in there. Has to be a certain number of things. So what I might do is... Oh god. Accidentally taken something there. Ah, yes. Alright, we'll throw that back in. So... Weapons... We'll throw that back in there. Are we kidding? How are we at max capacity again? Huh. Anyway, I am thinking of maybe taking some of this stuff and throwing that in here. Alright, cool. It's strange that we have reached almost max capacity again, though. So I'm not entirely sure what's happened there. Let's throw that in. Let me just check back on the frontier to see what stuff we have here. I'm thinking maybe we want to get rid of some of these things. Hard target seems pretty cool. I'll take that, and the Orion we can take as well. And what I might do is, with our weapons, we'll switch to hard target for our rifle. Oh, hang on, no. This thing is exactly the same thing, but it's better. Berserker hard target. Okay. My bad. Alright, we'll get rid of hard target in that case. Just taking a look at our weights here. 183. Try and hopefully clear things out. There's a few things that I would like to keep, obviously. Take that. Alright, and packs. Yeah. Keeping all of that. Visually, they look pretty cool, and I sort of want to at least have one of those things. Then there's just like a lot of this miscellaneous stuff, which I feel like that might be clogging things up. Either that, or we've got tons of resources that are also clogging stuff up. Which, depending on how we end this episode, maybe I could spend a little bit more time going back to Androphon and making even more storage for some of our things. Although, I guess there are some types of materials that you can't exactly, you know, you can't exactly store in those, like, resource storage crates. Things that have been engineered or produced seems to not want to go in there, so maybe we need a different type of storage for all of those sorts of things. I could perhaps maybe spend some time making like a storage area that contains like a lot of crates, like not the material crates, but the other type of crates for stuff to be kept in. I don't know how to describe it properly.
Sounds like a plan.
Alright, so why don't we just get rid of some of this stuff. Yeah. Looks decent. And I think that might be it, right? I'm just trying to remember if we had anything else that we picked up that we want to put in here. I don't think so.
See you around.
Alright, let's get to it, guys. So, I think we can maybe even just fast travel from here. So, we've got a Spacer Savage. So let's get to that. Offering a reward for anyone who eliminates the leader of a notorious group of Crimson Fleet pirates. But this says Spacer, though. Anyway, doesn't matter. Let's set a course. Okay, out of fuel. So I guess we're going to make a trip to Cheyenne first. Let's do that. And well, we're not stopping here, are we? We're headed over there.
Collective space. Hold while we scan your ship. All right, you're good. Welcome to Aquila City.
I will never get tired of that.
Okay, and let's check out this planet. Okay, a few things to scan. We could do some scanning as well, though I might not worry about that too much.
Let's see what's on this ball.
So, the other day I was also thinking about, you know, how perhaps maybe we have exhausted one of the, like, bigger side quests already, and what should we really do if we no longer have, you know, too many side quests to do. And I was sort of thinking, perhaps, maybe we could get into some of the companion side quests a little bit more, because there's probably a few things that we could get from dealing with our companions, although so far my preference has been to sort of travel on my own. Companions sort of get in the way of stuff all the time, and much easier to play this game without having companions with you. You know what would be cool is if there was a mechanic to actually switch your power on the fly. If there was something like that, that'd be really, really cool, because then you would be able to, you know, say use sense star stuff, and then you could, you know, immediately switch to something that would assist you with combat, for example. Okay, they are alerted somewhat. But I'm a little confused. I don't know why we're seeing Ecliptic here. I thought these were Spacers. Unless the Spacers and the Ecliptic guys are actually fighting each other right now. They could be.
Scan the area. Clear.
Okay, I suppose we're gonna go loud as soon as we get up these stairs.
Opening fire.
Okay, as soon as I turn my back...
Neutralize the target.
Alright, let's use our revolver for a little bit. Alright, let's speed things up a little bit. Alright, and let's deal with these other guys up here. Deleted. Alright. Done and done. Obviously we'll try and loot these guys. I mean, I don't mind, like, just looting their stuff, but in particular, I'm looking out for ammo. Very easy to run out of ammo when you're fighting against, like, tankier things like terramorphs and stuff. And speaking of terramorphs, we obviously still have the quest line to do with terramorphs as well, so... I don't know, I feel like maybe we have enough sealant now. We've been picking up a lot of sealant. That could be clogging things up. I might hold back when I see more sealant. Don't need all the sealants in the game. Is this gonna be worth it? That's the real question. I suppose you never know until you open it, right? So... okay, we may as well then. We may as well. Yeah, that looks good. That does not. It's definitely here. Nope. Maybe... No. Yeah, I don't know about this one. Okay. Yeah, alright. So that's a bit of a problem as well. So the back line is going to need to use these two, because I don't think anything else is going to fit the back line. So now we're just going to have to figure out how to use some of these other pieces. These pieces... Oh, okay. I was gonna say they're almost exactly the same, but not the case. Huh. I don't think things are gonna work. Have to redo this. There we go. Alright, a while. Now, whether or not it's worth it, well... Some creds here. That's decent. A few things we can sell there, that's fine. Alright. So I don't think there is really anything special about some of the missions that we can pick up on the Vigilance. It's literally just the same sort of stuff. which we've seen before. Which is okay, I suppose. Alright. Let us get back to our ship. So we've done one of those quests, that's fine. Let's actually go and continue with Constellation's main mission here. So, oh yes, there's the potato thing, which I haven't actually done my research on, guys. I know I said I'd do that between the previous episode and this one, but I've completely forgotten. So, I'll have to sort of check whether or not there's like bugs or something like that for it, and if it is bugged, whether or not there's like some kind of a solution for it. If we don't end up completing it, that's fine. I'll live with it. That's fine as well. Okay, so we did meet the people already, but we didn't really actually talk to those people, did we? Okay, here we are. So we need to have a chat with Keeper Achilles.
Keeper Achilles? Can we have a moment?
Oh, Mateo. It's been too long. How are your parents? Your mother still struggling with that azalea garden?
No, she figured that out a while ago. Had to adjust the pH levels in the soil. But, Keeper, I didn't come to catch up.
Oh. Well, what's on both your minds?
This is all you, Mateo.
Keeper, we were hoping to talk to you about unity.
You want to subject your friend here to one of our talks, Mateo? The future of humanity is always a long discussion.
No, that's not exactly what I meant. Keeper, when you talk about unity, well, does it mean anything else? Something secret?
Perhaps you should talk about this inside.
I'm sort of surprised that they said, oh, does it mean anything secret? Well, it's a little bit too easy for him to be willing to divulge stuff if it's actually a secret. That's a little bit too easy. Okay. Interesting looking place. I like the gardens. Ooh, and seems like a place for meditation.
Now that we have a little privacy, why don't you tell me exactly what it is that brought you two here?
It started with the discovery of these anomalies, the artifacts.
They're like nothing we've ever seen, Keeper. Gravitational distortion, sub-audio harmonic sequencing, unidentifiable energy fluctuations.
I caught half of that. So, these things are unusual? Even in your experience? There have always been mysteries that seem to defy our understanding of the universe, beyond rational thought. We enter life as an act of someone else's faith in us. There's no way of knowing who we will become, and yet the risk is made anyway. So you've pushed into the unknown, not knowing where it would take you. And it's brought you here.
We know it's a stretch, but we hope you can help us.
I think I can. If you're willing to find your way in the dark for a bit longer, I can give you a path to discovering its meaning. There's an old story, far older than the Sanctum Universum, of someone who walked the settled systems and saw every corner of it. This pilgrim claimed he found the true meaning of unity. I always thought of it as just a parable for trying to bring humanity together, but maybe it's more.
Let's hear the story then. There must be more to it.
In my story, the pilgrim met the founders of the House of Enlightenment and the enigmatic cult of the Varun, and he gave them each a part of the truth. Then he goes to his final resting place to live out the rest of his days in contemplation of infinitum addendum, his addition or contribution to the infinite. But what if the story isn't a metaphor, but a code, a way of finding the pilgrim again, or at least his grave?
Infinitum addendum. That's an odd saying. Very specific.
Yes, something must be there. I just can't put my finger on it. Maybe the answer will become clear when we have more. The House of Enlightenment and Varun have versions of this story.
If you've already talked to them, why send me?
Because I wasn't looking to find unity in the same sense you are. A fresh set of eyes might reveal the truth.
Fine, I'll talk to them.
The enlightened work out of the well here in New Atlantis, helping the poorest citizens find a better life for themselves.
Yeah, we've met them
Varun
before.
worshippers are more enigmatic. But there is a lone zealot that was captured recently for attacking UC ships. I visited her a couple of times. Hopefully, she'll be willing to talk to you as well.
I'll stay here with the Keeper. We need to catch up. And I wouldn't mind asking him a few more questions.
No worries, mate. Well, let's get up. Just gonna check in with Mateo, see if he actually says anything after that conversation.
I'll stay here while you gather the other pilgrim stories.
Nope. Nope. Right, well, I'm gonna have to, I guess, gather these pilgrim stories. Now hopefully that'll lead us to the grave of the pilgrim. Alright, let's take a look at our objectives here. So we've got the Varun prisoner and the House of Enlightenment. I think I'll start with the House of Enlightenment first because we've already met the guys, but we sort of know who they are. And yeah, hopefully, I mean, we've helped them once, right? So hopefully they'll be willing to help us out this time. Just swinging by to check in on old mate Landry.
Together we can really make a difference.
Okay, he doesn't seem to have any new quests for us. I guess it was a one-time thing where he had like, what, 4 or 5 bounties for us. And those were actually a little bit more interesting because we didn't just have to go there and shoot the place up, you know, we could essentially just convince people to come back and pay their debts, or well, I guess some of them we did have to take out. Alright, we are headed to... Oh, I guess the Varun person is that way? Well, let's go to the well first. And... I'm just remembering something, but our friend at the viewports, I want to check in on her. See how she's going with the new business venture. And I think we get some free booze, right?
Good to see you again.
Nice.
Can I get you something?
How's the new, well-funded business?
You ever have one of those days where it feels like nothing is going right? I am having one of those lives. And before you say anything, I am fully aware how shockingly overdramatic that actually is. I'm just tired of setbacks.
If it was easy, everyone would be doing it.
Ugh, gross. That is so trite. I'm tempted to kick you out and possibly ban you from this establishment. But you're not wrong. All right. Hyperbole aside, here's the situation. My friend Sasha, who you may or may not have seen hanging around, was working on securing a location for us to set up production on a larger scale. She was looking into a place down in the well, and I haven't seen her. I don't want to say I'm worried, but I'm a little worried. I can't really get away from the bar here. Would you mind checking up on her? I'm sure everything is fine. It would put me at ease, if nothing else.
Why was she down in the well?
You've been around the city. You see how fancy and flashy things are. That comes with an equally flashy price tag. Space down in the well is cheaper. A lot cheaper. Much more within our means. At least for now. Sasha said she'd heard about a space that had recently been vacated and was going to see if it fit our needs.
Okay, well, I'll track her down for you.
Oh, thanks. One less thing to worry about, you know? I'm sure it's fine. Right? It's fine. You might want to look for her at Kay's place. Either she's there or Kay and Teresa will know where to find her. And thanks.
No worries. Optional, talk to Teresa Mason. Okay.
What about you?
Let's go down into the well. We'll definitely do that. I'm not entirely sure if we'll do it immediately. I mean, I'm sort of more interested in finding out what's going on with this pilgrim story, so...
It's such a generic beer.
By the way, Captain, Sergeant,
House of the Enlightened. Yep, we've been here before. And we've spoken to this guy before as well. Andy Singh.
Hopefully he'll make a full recovery. If it's about the financial or food assistance programs, we are backlogged. Don't worry, we're doing everything we can. Oh, we're not. Sorry. Can I help you?
Keeper Achilles sent me. I need to talk about the pilgrim.
Listen, I've talked about this with him a ton of times, and there's no record of a Unity pilgrim. But since you both insist, our early records are mostly administrative. Humanitarian projects, group counseling notes, charity expenditures. But there is a series of exchanges the founding members recorded in a lot of detail. It's the closest thing I have to what Achilles is describing.
If you're gonna recite meeting notes at me, I want coffee and donuts.
We might actually have some, but anyway. A man walks into the first House of Enlightenment. The founding members just call him the Drifter. So they think he's a charity case at first, but no, the Drifter asks them a bunch of questions. If your philosophy is built on an individual's own morality, what about the second person? That second person might disagree. Isn't the problem of two what you're really looking for? And the founders respond, each individual must understand how the second person lifts them up. All of human effort is a story of cooperation pushing us forward. And it kind of goes on like that. He comes back every week for a year. Same conversation every time. Second person this, the problem of two that.
I also hate the number 2 with a fiery passion. What do they mean each individual must understand how the second person lifts them up?
It's part of our core principles. There's no God pushing us to do good for some eternal reward. We have to help each other because we choose to. If no one takes responsibility for making the settled systems better, then we're just leaving it to the tyrants to bully the rest of us.
Maybe there's a message hidden in what he was saying.
Honestly, I think the founding members made it all up. There was a little more hesitation being openly atheist in the early days. I think they were experimenting with writing their own scripture. Fortunately, that got abandoned pretty quick. After the records of the Drifter end, you never see anything like it again.
Can you tell me anything else about Unity and what it means?
Besides what the Keeper would say about it? Sounds like a gathering point, or a center. Or in mathematics it would mean one, like the one, the first at the beginning.
Thank you. You've given me a lot to think about.
Always happy to help. If you'll excuse me, I've got a lot of aid efforts to coordinate.
Okay, cool.
My partner and I have talked about transferring to the same division.
Have we explored this place? Possibly. Yeah. Office is a little bit dingy. Ah, yes, and we have been down here, and there's a lot of water there, which I've found to be a little bit weird. Anyway, so that was one part of the conversation, but now we've got this Varun person. So, one thing that I really don't like about this story at the moment is the whole fact that we conveniently have like a Varun zealot in detention,
Me, the real new
and I feel like we could have done a lot better, or the devs could have done a lot better writing this and getting it so that we have to hunt down like some kind of a, you know, specific Varun zealot that would then give us what we need. Seems a little bit too easy. We'll get rid of that. And do we have anything else? Yes, the Ripshank. Oh, he's got 0 creds. Okay then.
You need something else? I'll be here.
Could go to the Trade Authority. Maybe not. Maybe not now. Oh, there is the matter of helping our friend out, right? Let's take a look at that mission here. Oh yes, and I've got skill points to spend. I've got 3, actually. So, drinks on the house. Optional, talk to Teresa Mason. So, I'll do this and see where this takes us.
Everyone's welcome, so long as you keep your hands to yourself. Understand? No causing trouble in here. No shortage of hungry mouths to feed around here. Keeps us on our toes. Nothing else?
I'm looking for Sasha. Has she been in recently?
Sasha? No. Haven't seen her in a little while now. Pretty sure she's still in medbay. And if she's not, she's gonna be off her feet for a while, from what I hear. Poor girl. I don't expect we'll be seeing her here for some time.
Medbay? Was she injured?
Couldn't say. Heard she was pretty tight-lipped about what happened to her.
Is she gonna be okay?
I assume so. Certainly haven't heard otherwise. She's a strong one. I'm sure she'll bounce back.
Thanks for your time.
Oh, sure thing. If you see her, tell her I hope she's better soon. And that she's welcome back for dinner anytime.
Okay, no worries. Well then, at least we know where she is. Let's see if we can convince Sasha to tell us what's happened to her. And by convince, that means we're gonna get sourced and have a chat with her. Yeah, let's take the port.
I've got limited resources. I try not to turn in.
Hey, if you're here because I owe somebody, let them know I'm still good for the credits. I'll pay it back as soon as I'm out of here. Meantime, afraid I can't help you too much. Doc says I need to rest a bit longer.
You owe a lot of money to people?
I don't know. Depends on what you consider a lot. Probably more than I should, to be honest. You here on somebody's behalf, or what?
Looks like you've seen better days.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Thing is, though, I've seen worse, too. Doc says it'll be alright in the long run.
Nissa sent me to check up on you.
Oh, that's so nice of her. You must be the one who's been helping her with this whole supernova project, huh? She's gonna feel guilty about this. Not her fault, but she'll feel it just the same. The job I was doing for her is what landed me here.
What happened to you?
Got in over my head. Just a little bit. But usually I can make it work.
I didn't know you were working for her too.
You're not her only friend, you know. I've been doing odd jobs for her for a good long while now. That's all this was supposed to be. She's all starry-eyed over this supernova business. I get it. Real great opportunity for her and all. I'm glad. She needs space to make the stuff. I heard talk that Sub 12 had recently been vacated. Thought it might be what she needed. So I went to check it out. Turns out I wasn't the only one who'd heard about it, and I wasn't the first to get there. Real slimeball, calls himself Fizz. Can you believe someone picked that as a nickname? He's trying to squat on the place.
Fizz. That sounds familiar. Have we met this Fizz before? What's he doing there?
I don't know. What do lowlives usually do? Selling drugs, causing trouble. You know how it goes.
You shouldn't have gone in there alone.
Yeah. Hindsight and all that. I was angry, you know? Just what Nissa needed, and this guy, of all people, was in the way. I've had run-ins with him before, so we had some words. I may have said some things about his mother, and him and his goons jumped me. It wasn't my brightest moment, clearly. But look, Sub 12 is the place Nissa needs. And that means someone needs to get Fizz and his goons out of there. I wasn't able to do it, but maybe you can. It'd be nice to give Nissa some good news.
Any advice on how to deal with him?
He's got at least 2 chumps with him as backup, so he's feeling pretty sure of himself. But at the end of the day, he's a coward at heart. If you lean on him hard enough, bet he'd snap and no one would have to get hurt.
Don't worry, I'll get him out of the way.
That'd be great, if you can manage it. Well, hope you have better luck than I did.
But, I'm also interested in this whole debt thing that she's in. Alright, Fizz. Definitely sounds familiar. I feel like we may have met him before, like, as we were sort of going through the well. And I think he was that guy who was trying to act all tough. And we were, you know, ready to fight him, and then he's just like back down. I think. Could be wrong. Are these the goons? Let me just source up again. Because, if we can avoid any shootouts, that'd be good. Yeah, still got a lot of velocity blue as well. I just don't want to have too much of this stuff because it does weigh us down, but yeah, let's take another Pinot Noir. Okay.
Big score and I'm gone. Just waiting for my moment.
Yeah, got a couple of thugs there.
What do we do now?
This is the guy.
Whatever you're here for, we're out. Won't get more supply for a few days, so get your fix somewhere else.
What are you doing down here?
Oh, us. It's this fun little thing called none of your goddamn business.
Well, it is my business, mate. You need to find someplace else to loiter.
What? And who the hell are you?
I'm a friend of Sasha's. She's asked me to come down here.
You got some really lousy friends. She might as well have asked you to jump off mast. You're gonna end up in the same shape.
You need to vacate. Permanently.
That ain't gonna happen.
You walk away now, and maybe, down the line, I'll have some work for you.
Yeah? I could always use the credits. Fine, we'll go. This place sucked anyway. You can have it. We don't want security poking their noses down here.
Okay, so maybe we do the fire later.
Oh my
This
god.
place ain't for the likes of you.
Come on, let's get out of here.
Can use a damn
Find
drink.
something to eat or whatever.
But Fizz, ain't we gonna...
I said let's go already.
I am kind of hungry.
Shut up and move.
They're gonna pay you one day. All of them.
Okay.
Fizz, call
Those
you
guys
in
are
too.
moving.
If not, get lost.
I guess a lot of them just stick around.
Just need to find the next mark.
Alright. But they've agreed to leave, so we've got good news, obviously. Could have had a bit of a shootout there. That's alright. We did say that perhaps there could be some work for him later on. And he's like, oh, a few extra creds. Surely they would have been making those extra creds already.
Hey, you're still upright. That's a good sign. Hey there, Nissa's friend. Been up to anything fun lately?
Depends. What do you consider fun?
Seeing Fizz in a bed here next to me would be pretty fun. Mean-spirited, but fun. You got anything like that?
Oh, if we had to do that, he wouldn't be in a bed right next to you. He'd be in the ground. Fizz and I came to an understanding. He won't be in the way.
Wow, that's great news. Kind of sorry to hear there were no broken bones, but in the long run, it's great. Doc says I'm not quite done here yet, so you'd better take the good news to Nissa. And please, make sure she knows I'll get things up and running for her soon. I won't let her down.
Cool. I wasn't expecting the whole business venture thing to give us a little bit more to do. So perhaps maybe there are going to be more problems along the way, so we should check in on Nissa quite often, I reckon. Maybe even we would come down here to the well and check up on how her production is going.
Excuse me.
Hope life is treating you well. Let me know if I can get you anything.
I found Sasha for you.
Okay, and?
If you're paying her, you should give her a raise.
Okay, I'll take that into consideration. I hope this means you've got some good news. So, did she find the place? Are we set?
Sasha says as soon as she gets back on her feet, she'll run things for you.
Back on her feet? It's that bad? Okay, I'll have to have a conversation with her. Nobody was supposed to be injured in this process. So this is it. I've got everything I need. Wow. Look, I know how much you've gone out of your way to help me. You didn't need to do any of this. You certainly did need to invest in this yourself. I appreciate that you trust me that much. I just want you to know that this is going to be a success. I've known it from the beginning, and I will be certain and share that success with you. It'll take us a little while before the credits start rolling in, but they will. And some of them will roll your way. Meantime, you're always welcome here. Make sure you stop by often, okay?
Sweet. A little bit of extra money. I will definitely drop by every time we sort of come by here, because having an extra Chandra port or Pinot Noir or whatever is definitely going to be handy. Looking at the time here is probably a good place or a good time for us to take a little bit of a break. When we come back, we'll have a chat with that Varun Zealot that they've got in I guess the security office there in detention, and we'll see if we can get a little bit more about the story. I wonder if we're going to have to persuade that Varun Zealot, considering he's sort of in detention against his will, against their will. So yeah, you never know. But I've got some velocity, so we can definitely sort of take some velocity before we have a chat, maybe. Anyway, I am signing out, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. If you did, definitely leave a like down below. Aside from that, stay true, and I'll see you guys in the next one.